Hello everybody, and today we have the review of the Transformers Micromaster base, Ironworks. As you can see, this is Ironworks in, I guess, alt mode, his base mode. Just hold him up like that so you get a better idea of the layout. Obviously you've got a crane for manoeuvring pieces around. You also got the, I guess this would be the base where you've got room for tracks and things. So the idea is you've got your little Micromaster figure. It does say on here construction, and the idea is you can put him here and haul imaginary pieces around. In terms of the actual alt mode, it's not too bad. It's quite nice. See, that just runs down there. He does have these little connector ramps here, and there's a connector ramp on here, so we can connect with other bases, be it Micromaster bases, but also with the larger Decepticons like Scorponok, like Metroplex, and also with some of the larger Micromaster bases as well, such as Countdown or Skystalker, for example. In terms of accessories, he does come with a laser, rather not a laser, it's clearly a missile, never mind, clearly a missile which you then use in the, I guess, the transformation mode. Is that the alt mode or is that the robot mode of the base? Who knows, but let's say in battle mode, that's useful for that. As for Ironworks himself, the robot here, he's just a very simple recolour of Powertrain, the part of the off-road patrol that had been released earlier. The transformation is identical, it's just the colour schemes which are different. So we'll start off with the actual robot Ironworks. Being a Micromaster, it's a very simple transformation. That is all there is to it. His arms, his elbows are in a particular... his shoulders, I should say, are in a particularly weird position in relative to his head. And it just looks odd, doesn't it? It really looks odd. Otherwise, that's it. It's a simple transformation. It works well. It's just very simple. But again, for a Micromaster, that's what you'd expect. And the actual base itself is a better transformation. It's quite clever as well. Start off by taking that off. You also want to take this off as well. This you can leave on. It doesn't really affect the transformation too. Now, it helps to see some of the mechanics around this, and you can see that there's clearly where it's going to transform. So that pops out like that. Just because otherwise, sometimes they can be a little bit tricky to work out what goes where. Now that makes a clicking sound because it goes in there. You can then see that there's clearly something here which should also come out as well. In retrospect, it might have been easier to do that first. Let's do that first because there's a little tab here which pull down. It's a bit tricky. Because it's quite stiff, that's why it's a bit tricky. There we go. It does bend all the way around there, but actually that's as far as it goes. It's meant to go. Now you're meant to have it this way round. You could have it that way round, but it's not going to make a lot of help for you. This, you then just want to fold the arm over so it sits like that. That sits on here, and effectively this is now a missile launcher. The missile has actually got a little indentation here which just rides along there, so it doesn't launch itself, you have to launch it too. But that's actually pretty effective. That looks like a proper surface-to-air missile ready to launch. Now, according to the catalogue, this dish here, which looks pretty good, I'm quite impressed at how it folds out and everything. It's a radar, a laser-powered radar, not a windmill at all. It doesn't even rotate like a windmill either. So I don't quite know who they're kidding with that, but never mind. This is a basket. It looks like a basket and it is a basket. It fits here. There we are. Slot there. Just slots in like that, and in the basket you can stand Ironworks. Now you can either stand here to launch the missile, or you can stand here. I'm not quite sure what he's meant to be doing up there, but that's what they depict him as doing in the brochure. So there we are. That is the Ironworks in battle mode, I guess. And actually, do you know what? That's pretty good. Considering this is the fairly cheaper end of the Micromaster bases, that actually is pretty good. Good functionality there. Say it's quite a big transformation. It's got windmill. You can move it up and down. So, you can actually have it pointing towards space, because there's a radar like that. It's going to do a lot, but you can actually have it pointing up to space. You've got a missile. Okay, you have to launch it yourself, but actually it's quite effective, and it looks particularly good like that. Basket. Okay, that's a little bit not so good. And Micromaster as well. Not bad for your money, so definitely worth getting hold of. Comparison, I've brought along the ever popular Wheelie, who doesn't really enjoy standing up, and also Legends Prowl, just to give you an idea of scale for them. Now I know these are Micromasters, so the idea is these guys are meant to be small and not big, but actually, if you think of the Micromasters as being full spaces, it compares quite well with the Legends character. Less so with Wheelie, he's a bit too big, and Prowl seems to be drunk. If we stand Prowl there, and Ironworks down there, that's actually, not a bad scale there. That kind of works. I could see that working out. Wheelie is just a little bit too big for the scales, but Legend scales, that's quite good. If you assume that allow the Micromasters are going to be bigger than they're meant to be. So let's just take Legends Prowl out of the way there. So there we have it. That is the Generation 1 Micromaster base Ironworks. It's not too bad in its base mode, but in the actual battle mode, that looks pretty good. It's probably one of the better transformations I've seen, and certainly one of the more effective with the missile launcher and the radar dish. So there we are, that's everything for that. Thank you very much for watching. Please do leave any comments below, and as ever, click on the other links, and we will see you on the next video. Thank you, goodbye.